Good evening, all. I'm Epstein with your metal market update, and this metal market report is for Thursday, and we're sitting here now at the 14th of September, 2023. So, CPI, PPI, retail sales, all out of the way. We saw the European Central Bank raise rates. We saw in Netherlands, there was another raise in Denmark that they raised their rate. Argentina did not raise its rate, and yet inflation is rampant there. It's just in a complete runaway. Got to go figure it out. There's supposed to be a strike tonight. So are we going to see all three automakers struck? Well, good chance you'll wake up in the morning and that's going to be the case. Why is the stock market up in front of that? 146,000 people potentially going to be put out of work tomorrow. They'll get a grand total of $500 a week until the money runs out of the union fund. The union's holding a hard line. I know that I think it was today Ford, if I'm right, I think it was Ford, came out and they made, one of them did, and they made a 20% pay hike over 4 years. That's not going to do it. So the goal here is that the union wants 35% roughly. They want the 32-hour work week, but to be paid for a 40-hour week. That throws everything. So it's hardball, and that's what you're going to deal with. As for the metals, well, the dollar up again, 105.05. Where could it be going? That's going to be the big question. Or is it getting ahead of itself with the euro down already under the 107 level? That's what everybody's looking at. Could the euro go to 105? Yeah. Would that put the dollar up to 107 or so? Sure. So not over. But why are the metals not doing anything right here? That's bothersome. You had some short covering in the gold. You'll see that in a minute. In the copper market, I think today was one of those, again, phony days in it. The market keeps looking at the small moves that China makes. They did a 25 basis point cut in the reserve ratio. The idea there is that businesses will borrow, consumers will be able to borrow, and there'll be more money. I'm not buying into that at all. A quarter point, you think that's going to do it? I got my doubts. However, I do give them credit for doing a couple of things. It's better than doing nothing. And this is the second cut in the reserve ratio since March. That was your first one. When we come to the gold markets, you can see that you're down about 0.5%. That's not very much considering how strong the dollar has gotten. When we take a look at the market, it's come back in, and will it be able to challenge these lows, or is it going to run out of downside momentum here? You can see the market got to 1921 and spun right back up, about $10 off that, and it's holding that at this point in time. It is still very much in a downtrend. Resistance is back at 1946.70. And what's holding the market? Well, I told you, I thought the first break into the Bollinger Band would be the big support, and it is. You missed hitting it by $1. Come on, you're right in the zone of it, and that's what traders look at, plus you're oversold as can be. I don't think you're attracting new selling into the Bollinger Band when you're oversold. That doesn't mean you're getting buying, but you could get short covering. The gold-silver ratio still hanging here. Is silver going to be able to break above this? If it does, it's going even lower. But I have my doubts on that. You're not embedded yet. You're down to the Bollinger Band. You held it. Now we'll see what goes on. This does not mean I'm bullish. This means that what I teach is when you hit a Bollinger Band and you're oversold, pros take money off the table. Why? Because you're only going to stay outside of that band 5% of the time. In the copper market, I see what happened. You put the market back in an uptrend, but I think what's really going on is you're going to go sideways now. See how the Bollinger Bands are starting to narrow in against the 100-day average in the green and the red, the 18-day average of closes? Look for sideways action out of that. This is a very feeble attempt at a short covering rally in platinum. Platinum and palladium, what happens when the auto strike hits and you don't need the catalytic converters the way that you did? Isn't that a little bearish thinking? I would think so. And in the dollar index, this is why I don't join the crowd. I have been bullish. You have the embedded reading, but now I'm telling traders you want to take money off the table. You don't want to buy into the Bollinger Band. So you take a look at this and you try to come up with things that you might be able to do. Now, our free offers are one way to do it. You just give a click, and then once you get into it, it's like a shopping cart. You click the different free offers that you want. So it could be our charting software. It could be taking a look at access to the daily QT price counts. This is one I'd certainly go with if I were you. I use them all the time. I wait for them every weekend, and it helps me make decisions on what I want to do. Learn how to work with them. The trading strategies for any type of market, the Arun indicator, you get the pivot points are in here, all these different things. So all you do is give a click. How do you get to this page, though? Move your cursor up on the top here, and you'll see an icon. If you can't do that, go to iraepstein.com. Free offers on the top left. Give it a click there. And remember, if you want to join me in the mornings here and you use your YouTube all the time, look to the bottom right. All you got to do is click the blue button. It says join, and you'll be right in. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day.